your intelligence is the exact reason you're struggling with women. Why? The problem that often happens with women is that you try to be logical with them. The moment you start talking to her, you naturally try to figure out what's going on in her mind. Does she like me? She's smiling, so she must like me. All of this is nonsense. Imagine that you and your 6-year-old son had a fight. Are you going to talk to him logically? Of course not, because he's still a child. He's not in the same zone you're in. And the same thing with...
So is he referring to women as children?
If you want to attract her, forget about something called logic or reason. You're not talking to her mind. You're talking to her emotions.
What was that right down there? that's where her emotions lie, my brother. I guess it is. Shit.
If you give her mixed signals, warmth, then coldness, presence, then distance, affection, then withdrawal, she becomes obsessed.
Bro, this shit is so toxic, my nigga. Like, why can't we just vibe? The manipulation, but hey, bro, I might gotta try it. What's going on, YouTube? CDA Green here, back with another video, and today we have, you're a smart man, so why do you struggle with women? Now, just to sum all this up, bro, I feel like this is going to be along the lines of what the video was talking about. Because you're so smart, you try to control everything instead of letting that joint flow naturally, which is why you end up struggling so much, because you're trying too hard to like control shit when you can't control shit. You know what I'm saying? However it unfolds, it's just going to unfold that way. You just got to show up as yourself, bro, and just hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what the video is going to say, for real. So we just going to get straight to it and see if that aligns with what I said. So if this video sounds interesting to you, make sure to like it, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching, and let's get straight to it.
So, you are a smart man, but you're struggling with women. It seems like no woman is attracted to you, or you feel like you can't enter into a relationship even...
See, it's not that first one, because the nigga look good. You feel me? I'm talking about myself, right? I'm an attractive nigga. Jones be telling me, so they be letting me know. So, like, they be giving me the numbers and shit. All that, bro, calling me handsome. But I cannot get into a relationship for the life of me. You know what I'm saying? I can't even get a first link. Lately, you know what I'm saying? It feels bad, like, really bad. Like, it goes like this. I'll approach the John. She'll be like, oh, yeah, here's the number. You know what I'm saying? When I ask for that shit, we start texting for a little bit. Either they take long as shit to text, or when they do text me and I'm like, yeah, let's link, they bullshit. And then I'm just like, yeah, let me know. And then they never let me know. Or a nigga just get ghosted. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things that's going to happen, bro. Now, that can just be the type of women that I pick. I'm always picking some, like, bullshitty ass women. Or maybe they just not feeling a nigga enough. You know what I'm saying? To really follow through with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Is that my game? Probably. You know what I'm saying? Nigga we just got into the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta get my badges up. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fault me too hard for that. I just know, bro, like, it just feels bad. Like, it just feels like all these hoes bullshit. Like, they don't even know what they want. You feel me? But yeah, bro, I've been having bad luck recently.
Though you want to, and you don't understand why. In this video, you'll understand why, and you'll learn how to start attracting women. So, without taking too much of your time, your intelligence is the exact reason you're struggling with women. Why? The problem that often happens with women is that you try to be logical with them. Let's take an example. This is you, and this is a girl you like. The moment you start talking to her, you naturally try to figure out what's going on in her mind. Does she like me? She's smiling, so she must like me. I'm handsome, tall, and have money, so normally she should like me. Or I'm not tall and don't have money, so she probably doesn't like me. All of this is nonsense. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. As I always tell you in the series on how to attract women, the moment a woman starts talking to a man in a context of attraction, she becomes an emotional being, aka a stupid being who doesn't think logically.
So it's not about what you say or how you present yourself, it's about how you make her feel. My nigga, I do be hearing that a lot.
And when you apply logic to an emotional being, you create a fundamental mismatch. You try to ask, what did I do wrong? Should I say it this way instead? If I improve this text or that timing, will it work? And all she feels is,
it feels like he just read me like a book, bro. I've asked myself all these questions before. It feels bad. Like, whenever I get ghosted, what did I do wrong? Damn, should I have said it this way instead? If I improve this text or that timing, will I ever, you know what I'm saying, be able to eventually pull? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? I think I'm just thinking too hard about that shit. I really need to get in the habit of just seeing a John, you know what I'm saying, going over there and just vibing, being like, yeah, I just had to say, what's up, you look good. Like, what's the word? You straight? How you doing today? Type. Like, you feel me? Like, I always come in with a plan, bro. But that plan should be going like, I'll still bag off the plan, but I just feel like I don't know, it's too strict. It's like I ain't really make a connection yet because I was trying to be too logical with it and just like secure a certain objective instead of really just vibing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, I think this video he might be onto something. Let's listen.
Overthinking, pressure, a man who's in his head, not in the moment. This makes her feel like she's being studied, not desired, even though she doesn't even know why. It kills the vibe. It desexualizes the energy. So to understand me better, imagine that you and your 6-year-old son had a fight, meaning there was a problem between you. When you go to talk to him to explain the problem or solve it, are you going to talk to him with your logic? Are you going to talk to him logically? Of course not, because he's still a child. He's not in the same zone you're in. You're going to try to communicate with him in his way. And the same thing with...
So is he referring to women as children? Like their mentality is very childish like? Is that what you're saying, my nigga? That's kind of crazy. I ain't even gonna hold you.
A woman, she's not in the same zone as you. You have to talk to her in her way. And the problem is that society doesn't teach us this. Society tells you that you need communication if you want to live a happy life with a woman. If you're someone who's married and has spent a lot of time with women, you'll know that this advice is stupid, because when a woman becomes emotional, she won't even let you finish one sentence before interrupting you and starting to talk and complain. This advice is nonsense. You can't communicate with a...
I feel like women do be doing that, niggas too, for sure. But I feel like it's definitely more common for the women to do that because apparently they're more emotional. You know what I'm saying? I can't really speak to it like I get hoes or something. I don't get hoes like that, my nigga. Not yet, but we working on it.
Woman, what you need to do is learn how to communicate with her in her way, which is based on emotions. And let's make a small comparison to help you understand what I'm talking about. Imagine two men who both had a problem and started arguing with their wife or girlfriend. The first one tried to argue logically, started explaining to her that he was right and why he did what he did, and that he didn't do it on purpose, etc. Do you know what will happen to him? His girlfriend will remember what he said and link it to an event that happened a long time ago that he had already forgotten, and she'll keep yelling and they'll keep arguing, and in the end the man will get angry and sick and the problem won't be solved at all. As for the second man, he let his woman talk while he just listened, and when she finished he got up, hugged her and said, "Come on, you know that I will never want to hurt you." In the second example, the woman will start crying and will calm down and start telling him about her feelings calmly, and he will just stay silent, and after a few minutes the problem will solve itself without him saying anything, and they'll end up having makeup sex. The difference between these two men is that the first one...
So basically, it's always your fault, my nigga. Just apologize. You can't try to get your point across, my nigga. You can't be right. You just gotta be like, you know what, babe? I'm sorry that, you know, you took it that way. That was not my intentions, but talk to me. Let me know what's on your mind. That's how you gotta do it, huh? Okay. But how does this apply when you like approaching, you know what I'm saying, the approach game? Like, you talk to her in her language, right? The emotional like shit. Like where this work out at? Like you gotta you know what I'm saying, make her feel some shit. Like, my nigga, that's what I'm trying to do. Like, that's my whole objective, to make her feel some shit. But not in that way, I guess, yet. But yeah, let me know something.
Wanted to explain to the girl logically that he didn't make a mistake, but all he did was make the problem bigger and just gave himself a headache. While the second person talked to her in her zone and didn't care about what mistake he made or who was wrong. He just talked in an emotional way and managed to solve the problem easily without giving himself a headache. And I want you to be that second person. I know you're smart, I know you're logical, but with a woman, don't try to talk to her in that language. It won't get you any results. And of course, here I'm not just talking about when you're arguing. Whenever you talk to a woman, if you want to attract her, forget about something called logic or reason. You're not talking to her mind, you're talking to her emotions. And that's why among the first things I tell you...
What was that right down there? that's where her emotions lie, my brother. That's what she's saying. I guess it is. Shit.
In my online course, most intelligent men aren't good at attracting women. So the question here is, how are you going to get out of your zone and enter her zone and talk to her in her language and create attraction? Simply, you're going to learn the rules that govern your world and the rules that govern her world and use them to your advantage. Rule 1, you're addicted to certainty. She's addicted to uncertainty. You're a smart man, and because you're smart, your brain is wired to crave clarity. You want to know where things are going. You want to make logical sense of attract.
Yes, very true. Because I approached a girl last week, right? And things went well. I got her number. We was texting here and there. Mind you, she was taking long as shit to text, right? Like, and An hour and a half was like the least amount of time I had waited for a text. It was bad, bro. But in that current time, I was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm good with it, good without it. So her taking this long, it really don't bother me. And I truly didn't care, right? Until it got to like 2 days. Even like, bro, like she took me 2.5 days to respond to me, right? And I still didn't really care. But I was telling my homies, they was like, bro, don't even text her back, bro. What the fuck is you know what I'm saying? What is you doing, bro? But somewhere in between that time gap where it took her to text me back, right? We predetermined that we was going to link, because I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got some free time. Let me steal some of that shit, you know? And she loved the message, and she said, yeah, I think I could do that. I was like, all right, bet, you know what I'm saying? So I thought things was going well. Just letting that joint go, not forcing it, right? But yeah, so my friends was like, yeah, don't text her back after them 2.5 days, bro. She clipped. And I'm like, no, bro, like, I don't really care this much about this shit. Like, I don't got no pride. I'm gonna just keep texting her and see where this shit go. So I text her again. Boom. It takes her 10 minutes to respond back. I'm like, okay, we good. I'm straight in this joint. Like, let's do it. Right? But bro, this was Sunday, I believe, that I sent the text and she responded back quick. I sent another text same night, Sunday night, right? 10:30 p.m. type. Bro, I see her the next day at the gym. Bro, phone in hand, music playing and shit. Like, you know, she looked at her phone, nigga, like 50 times, right? But she ain't respond to my text. So I'm like, okay. I just needed that certainty, because before I didn't want to write it off because I didn't know what shorty had going on. Like, I didn't see her. I'm like, I don't know why she not responding back. It could be, you know what I'm saying? And I just didn't really give a fuck like that. Like, I wasn't too hard pressed over it. But now that I seen that she was actively ignoring a nigga, bro, I needed my clarity. You know what I'm saying? I needed to know where things was going. And now that I seen they was going bad, I'm like, peace. Like I do at the end of my vids, like, it's done, it's clipped. You know what I'm saying? So men definitely do need that clarity. But I guess he's going to say that women like to imagine shit. Like, they like the idea of shit. You know what I'm saying? Their fantasy of you. That's what really get them attracted, right?
You want certainty, because certainty gives you control. But the more certainty you give a woman, the less attracted she becomes. Because women aren't addicted to stability. They're addicted to emotional unpredictability. That means when you tell her how much you like her, when you always reply fast, when you try to define the relationship, when you ask where things are going, you're actually making her feel safe, but bored. Her brain doesn't release dopamine from peace. It releases dopamine from anticipation, from wondering, from emotional highs and lows. And anticipation requires uncertainty. So if you're always emotionally available, you become predictable. And predictable men don't stick in her mind. But if you give her mixed signals, warmth, then coldness, presence, then distance, affection, then withdrawal, she becomes obsessed.
Bro, this shit is so toxic, my nigga. Like, why can't we just vibe? Like, was it always like this, bro, since the beginning of time, even in the 1900s? Like, was this how niggas had to learn the game back then too, bro? Like, geez. Because, you know, you look at older couples, they together for years on years on years. You know what I'm saying? But now, Jones don't be trying to commit or nothing. Like, has this always been a thing, bro? Or, you know what I'm saying? Is this like, new age game type job?
Nervous system starts chasing the resolution. Her brain wants to solve the emotional puzzle, and the more she chases clarity, the more she bonds with you emotionally. That's the addiction loop. So how do you create that uncertainty in a practical way? First, never be the one asking, where is this going? Let her be the one chasing that answer. And when she asks you, say something like, I don't know, but I like what we have right now. You're keeping her inside the emotional fog, and she'll keep chasing just to see where it leads. Second, don't give her flat compliments. Give her compliments that sound more like puzzles. Say things like, you're dangerous when you act sweet. That's probably not even your real side. Or, I still haven't decided if I should stay away from you or let myself fall in deeper. These comments keep her wondering what you meant. She'll replay them in her head. That's what you want. Third, never reply with a consistent rhythm. If you text back instantly every time, she gets comfortable. But if you reply fast once, then go cold for hours the next day, and then disappear after a deep conversation, she becomes emotionally off balance. And when she asks why you didn't reply, don't explain. Just say, I don't live on my phone. When I'm with someone, they get all of me. When I'm not, they get nothing. That's unpredictability masked as emotional integrity. Next, after a deep...
Is this really how all niggas who are in a relationship got their girl? Like, this is crazy. Obviously not, but it's just like, is this the best? Like, will this guarantee you the best success rate, bro? Like, this is insane, bro. This is a whole science. We got there's 7 steps. We ain't even got to the, you know what I'm saying? There's still 3 more steps, bro, and I don't even know the 4th one yet. He's still in the middle of saying it. This is crazy.
Moment, whether it's sex, a vulnerable story, or an intense look, pull back. Don't smother her with "I miss you" or "last night was amazing." Say nothing. Let her sit in it. Let her wonder if it meant as much to you as it did to her. The moment she starts questioning the connection, she starts needing it. Be emotionally present when you're with her. Look at her like she's the only woman alive. Make her feel chosen, important, safe, then vanish. No follow-up text, no constant updates. Let her mind do the work. Let her sit in bed wondering, did he feel the same? Why hasn't he said anything? The distance after intensity creates emotional obsession. That's how you become unforgettable. Next, misread her on purpose. And this is something I already talked about in the previous video, so go watch it to understand better. And don't forget to break rapport when things get too smooth. If she agrees with you too much or the energy gets predictable, tease her. She says, "I like that book too." You say, "Damn, I was hoping you'd surprise me with something different." Now she's trying to impress you again. You've brought back tension, and tension is where attraction lives. Then, only reward what you want to reinforce. If she says something real, vulnerable, or deep, that's when you give a subtle nod of approval. Say, "Okay, I didn't expect that from you. I like that." Never reward her for nothing. Never praise her for existing. Make her feel like your attention is earned, not free. Finally, understand this. You want certainty because it makes you feel safe, but she wants uncertainty because it makes her feel alive. If you give her answers, she'll stop asking questions. And the moment she stops asking questions about you, you're done. Game over. Rule 2, you try to make sense of her emotions. Instead of controlling the rhythm, you're a smart man, so your instinct is to make sense of things. When a woman gets cold, moody, distant, or throws emotional chaos at you, your brain wants to solve it. You want to know what's wrong, what changed, what triggered it. You want to make it better. You want the pattern, the answer. But the moment you try to make sense of her emotions, you give up control. You give her the power to lead the emotional rhythm of the interaction. And once she's leading the rhythm, you're following her energy instead of setting it. That's when she feels like the emotionally dominant one, and that's the moment she loses attraction for you. She doesn't consciously
that shit went over my head, my nigga. Hold on, let's run that back. Okay.
of her emotions, you give up control. You give her the power to lead the emotional rhythm of the interaction. And once she's leading the rhythm, you're following her energy instead of setting it. That's when she feels like the emotionally dominant one. And that's the moment she loses attraction for you. She doesn't consciously want you to fix her moods. What she actually wants is to feel your emotional strength in the middle of her chaos. She wants to feel like you're not shaken, like your vibe doesn't change, even when she's acting unpredictable. When you try to analyze or comfort too much, you signal emotional weakness, not connection. So what do you do instead? You stop reacting, you stop decoding, you start controlling the rhythm. When she gets cold, you don't ask if she's okay, you don't tiptoe, you lean back, stay calm, and if anything, you tease her lightly. If she goes quiet, smirk and say, "You're cute," when you pretend to be mysterious. Now her mood isn't a weapon, it's your frame. If she throws a tantrum or gives you attitude, don't argue, don't comfort, stay still. Look at her like you're watching a movie, shake your head slowly, then say, "This is the part where you try to get under my skin, right? You've just reversed the pressure." Now she
Yo, bro, this is some psychopath shit, bro. Who is this nigga giving the game? The Dark Needle, bro? Who are you, nigga? Where did you learn this? Like, how did you acquire this knowledge, brother? Like, how long did it take? You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like you really know what you're talking about. And I can imagine all of this working when I'm playing out all the scenarios that, you know what I'm saying, that I've been through in my head, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You probably onto something with all this advice you giving. But, bro, this is just so, like, you know, But at the end of the day, if women like shit like this, bro, you know what I'm saying, you got control, my nigga. That's what you gotta do.
feels exposed, not you. And when she finally opens up emotionally, don't rush in. Let the moment breathe. Let her vulnerability sit in silence. Let her feel naked for a second. Then say, "That hit deeper than I expected." Let it hang. Then change the subject, like it didn't control you. You just made her open up and you stayed grounded. If she ever accuses you of being emotionally detached or hard to read, don't defend yourself. Don't say, "No, I care, I swear." Instead, you lean in and say, "Good, that means I'm doing it right." Then back off. She'll pretend to be annoyed, but her emotional system is screaming because she just realized she can't get inside your head. And that mystery becomes her obsession. You're not reacting to her vibe, you're creating it. You don't ride her emotions, you modulate them. That's how you go from the guy who tries to understand her to the man who makes her feel something she can't explain. Rule 3, you overvalue explanation and undervalue presence. You're intelligent, so naturally you think words matter. You explain, you clarify, you justify. You say things like, "I like you because," or "I want you to know I'm I'm not like other guys, or here's why I did that. You're trying to build connection through logic, through understanding. No, she doesn't care what you explain. She cares what she feels. And the more you talk, the more you replace presence with processing. You become a brain in the body, not a man in the room. That's why she zones out. That's why she says, you're amazing, and never calls back. That's why she says, you're such a good guy, but sleeps with the other one, because attraction is felt, not explained. So how do you do this? You stop explaining, you stop trying to be understood, and you start mastering presence as a tool of control. Here's how. 1. Say less. Make her fill the silence. When she asks about your past, don't explain. Give her half the truth, then go quiet. She says, why did your last relationship end? You say, I realized I don't tolerate weakness anymore. Then say nothing, let her sit in it. Let her imagination take over. She'll feel tension, she'll feel intrigue. You gave her presence, you gave her gravity, not noise. 2. Speak in impact, not information. When you do speak, don't fill space. Say things that hit, that create images, that vibrate emotionally. Instead of saying, I had a rough childhood, but I got through it. Say, I learned early that no one's coming to save you. Short, heavy, final. She feels that. She builds an entire image around that sentence, and she bonds, not because of the content, but because of the emotional weight you delivered with no explanation. 3. Use non-verbal presence to create sexual tension. Most smart guys try to flirt with clever words, but the most powerful seducers flirt with energy. Next time you're sitting across from her, don't speak. Just hold eye contact. Say nothing for 3 seconds longer than feels comfortable. Watch her squirm. Watch her laugh nervously. That's emotional reaction without words. You've created sexual tension with your silence. She'll remember how that felt more than anything you ever said. 4. Let her talk. You just listen, scan, smirk. If she starts oversharing, don't match her. Don't one-up her story. Instead, listen like you're watching her from behind bulletproof glass. Then, when she finishes, say something like, I think you're more dangerous than you pretend to be. Or, you talk like someone who's used to controlling rooms. Then go silent again. She'll lean in. She'll chase the vibe.
Yo, bro, like, this nigga is a mastermind, bro. Is all of this, you know what I'm saying? Are you saying all of this should be done to, like, if you're trying to get in a relationship, or if you're just like fucking around? Like, which one are you? Like, bro, to build a relationship off this is like crazy, nigga. Like, you're controlling her at all times. Like, you know what I'm saying? You like Sasori from Naruto and that shit. Like, that's crazy, bro. The manipulation, but hey, bro, I might gotta try it. You know what I'm saying? All these, you know what I'm saying? These hoes doing me like they been doing me, bro. It might turn me to a demon. I ain't gonna lie, my nigga. So we gonna try this new game out for real.
Because now you feel like the mystery she wants to figure out. And that's how you go from being interesting to being addictive.
It's starting to make sense, bro. Cause like, that's why like, bro, so many Jones, like even the Jones that I've approached and shit, they look at me, bro. But once I start talking, I always fucking fumble that shit, right? I always fumble that shit without fail, my nigga. So I guess like the way I look, the way they, you know what I'm saying, they might be attracted. They might think I look a certain way, so they try to imagine my story and shit. And they so attracted to that story, and then when I approach, they like, oh yeah, let me see what he on. Right? You know what I'm saying? But then I'm a lame ass nigga more often than not to them. So then shit just goes bad, I guess. So.
And those were the rules of the game. And now you know how to play it. And if you're still watching up to this moment in the video, I love you. And that was the Dark Needle. And I'll see you in the next video.
Why he started like that? I love you. Like, okay, nigga. That's just way to make. Okay, we gonna tap in with these niggas vids, bruh. Like, shout out to my nigga, man. It really seemed like he knew what was going on for real. You feel me? But what I got from this video is, you know, stop trying. Be logical, bro, and just make her feel shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta do it. I definitely gotta watch this shit again to understand everything Bo is talking about. But you know what I'm saying? Just don't give her certainty. If you give her certainty, bro, that's when that shit go out the window. You gotta let her imagine shit. Let her imagination run wild and shit. You know what I'm saying? Be very, you know, leave shit very up in the air so that she can like think about you more, feel more shit about you. Give her just enough and then pull all the way back so she think, you know what I'm saying, he do feel something, but like I'm unsure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta play the game, bro, for lack of a better word, you know what I'm saying? And that's tough. That it's currently reached this current point, you know what I'm saying? That sucks. But this was a very educational video. If y'all enjoyed it, make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching, and until next time, I'll catch y'all later. Love y'all. Peace.